circling back.
Shut it down. Right now.
If we do that, we're dead.
We're getting close.
Gross. Looks like round.
And now it's equal. Excitement of my own hand.
See, 10 years ago,
I really wanted to hear the rest of that speech. he's dying.
Las Vegas for a week.
Try to take down those apex back. Drink. Well, drink! With you and sober!
Hey guys, today we're diving headfirst into the colossal showdown that is Godzilla vs. Kong 2021, a movie that truly understands the phrase go big or go home. We kick things off not with the big G himself, but with our other titular heavyweight, King Kong. He's living his best. Very contained life on Skull Island, or rather, a massive, simulated habitat constructed by Monarch to keep him hidden from Godzilla. It's humanity's very elaborate way of playing God with a side of giant ape babysitting. If you like this sneak peek, hit the like button and subscribe. It's the best way to support the channel and let me know you want more. While Kong is chilling, Godzilla decides to remind everyone who the alpha predator is. He makes a dramatic entrance, tearing through Pensacola, Florida, specifically targeting an Apex cybernetics facility. It's a full-on tantrum from the king of the monsters, complete with property damage and a whole lot of roaring. What's his beef? Well, from our perspective, it just looks like a bad day at the office for Apex, but for Madison Russell, daughter of Dr. Mark Russell from the previous movie, this is a red flag. She knows Godzilla doesn't just show up to smash buildings for fun. He's usually got a reason, a giant, scaly, radioactive reason. The sheer force of his atomic breath, a blinding blue inferno, absolutely disintegrates parts of the building, and the ground beneath shakes with the heavy thud of his footsteps. The air crackles with residual energy, and the metallic groans of the collapsing structure are almost as loud as the screams of the fleeing civilians. It's a spectacle of destruction that perfectly sets the stage for the world-altering events to come, highlighting the sheer, terrifying power of these titans and humanity's fragile place beneath them. Turns out, not every monster attack is for a good cause, or at least, not one we understand yet. Classic Godzilla, keeping us on our toes. Enter Dr. Nathan Lind, a geophysicist with a grand, if slightly mad, theory, the hollow earth. According to Lind, our planet isn't just a solid rock. It's got a whole other world inside, complete with its own gravity, ecosystems, and, most importantly, a colossal energy source that could be the key to humanity's survival. He believes the Titans originate from this place, and that Godzilla's recent rampage is a response to Apex's meddling with something down there. It's like a secret level in a video game, but with more lava and giant creatures. Apex, always looking for an edge and perhaps a way to level up their own power, buys into his pitch. They're convinced that if they can harness this hollow earth energy, they can create something that can stand up to Godzilla. You know, because building a bigger stick always works, right? Lind's explanation comes with futuristic holographic displays, showing swirling energy and continental land masses inverted within the planet. A truly mind-bending visual that underscores the fantastical world building this movie embraces. The thought of an entire inverse world, buzzing with raw, primal energy, just sitting under our feet, is both exhilarating and terrifying. It's the ultimate untapped resource, a true MacGuffin of monumental proportions. The sheer weight of such a discovery could shift the entire balance of power on the surface, making it a pivotal piece of the puzzle. Meanwhile, at Apex Cybernetics, we get a glimpse behind the curtain of their ambitions. Ren Serizawa, the son of the scientist who literally sacrificed himself for Godzilla in the last movie, is now working with Apex. He's a smart guy, clearly inherited some of his dad's brilliance, but maybe not the ethical compass. He's overseeing the construction of something truly enormous, something metallic and imposing. We see a massive mechanical hand, humming with power, being charged up. It's pretty obvious what they're trying to build: a mechanical titan, an artificial alpha. The heavy whir and clang of machinery fill the air as sparks fly and massive hydraulic pistons extend. It's a chilling reminder that humanity, despite witnessing the raw power of nature, just can't resist trying to play God with technology. Their reasoning? To take back control, to prove that mankind can create its own saviors, or, more accurately, its own weapons. It's a classic sci-fi trope: man creates monster, monster inevitably goes rogue. But this time, the monster is a highly advanced, technologically superior version of a monster, which really ups the ante. The scene drips with a sense of impending doom, the metallic scent of industry replacing the organic musk of the natural world, symbolizing humanity's desperate attempt to assert dominance. To navigate the mysteries of the hollow earth and find this energy source, Apex needs a guide. And who better than the OG explorer, King Kong himself? Dr. Eileen Andrews, Kong's dedicated guardian and surrogate mom, is understandably reluctant. Moving Kong off Skull Island is a massive risk, especially with Godzilla actively looking for any rival alpha. It's like taking your prized pet on a cross-country road trip, but your pet is a 300-foot ape and there's a giant lizard who wants to fight him. What could go wrong? The conversation is tense, filled with the implicit understanding of the danger involved. You can practically hear the strained creak of conscience in Andrew's voice. But the potential for a new power source, one that could stop Godzilla and save humanity, is too tempting to ignore. The clank of heavy chains and the low, guttural rumbles from Kong's chest underscore the gravity of the decision. They plan to transport him by sea, a move that feels less like a journey and more like bait. The idea is that Kong, being a titan, has an innate connection to the hollow earth and will instinctively lead them to its power source. It's a leap of faith, built on ancient instincts and a desperate need for a solution. The entire operation feels like a ticking time bomb, the air thick with anticipation and the metallic tang of impending conflict. So, the grand plan is set in motion. Kong is sedated and chained to a massive transport ship, surrounded by an entire naval escort. It's quite the sight, a giant ape on a very large, very slow cruise. This whole setup just screams easy target, which, let's be honest, is usually how these things go in monster movies. Yan Jia, Kong's special little friend and interpreter, is also on board, offering a much-needed human connection amidst all the military hardware. Her bond with Kong is truly heartwarming, a stark contrast to the destructive forces at play. You can hear the rhythmic chug of the ship's engines, a steady drone against the vastness of the ocean. The ocean spray mists the decks, and the heavy, metallic scrape of the chains against the steel hull serves as a constant, grinding reminder of Kong's captivity. The deep thrumming vibrations of the ship's engines travel through Kong's body, a subtle sensory detail emphasizing his immense scale. Kong, even in his drugged state, occasionally lets out a low, rumbling growl, a sound that vibrates through the entire vessel and hints at his barely contained power. The tension is palpable, a silent question hanging in the humid air. When, not if, will the other big guy show up? The moment everyone was dreading arrives. The convoy is sailing through the treacherous, inky depths of the South Pacific when the ocean begins to churn violently. The water roils and foams as a massive shadow approaches from beneath. Suddenly, those unmistakable dorsal fins, glowing with an ominous blue light, pierce the surface. It's Godzilla, and he's not here for a friendly visit. The low, resonant rumble of his approach causes a deep tremor to run through the ships, a vibration felt more in the bones than heard with the ears. He sensed Kong, an alpha rival, being paraded across his watery dominion, and he is not amused. The air gets heavy, charged with anticipation, a metallic tang of fear and ozone. This is a primal confrontation, a clash of titans where dominance is the only currency. The ships, despite their size, look like mere bathtub toys caught between two annoyed toddlers. The naval escort immediately opens fire, a futile attempt to deter a creature that shrugs off nuclear blasts like a bad hair day. The clang of projectiles against his scales is barely audible against the rising growl that escapes Godzilla's massive jaws, a sound that rattles the very foundations of the ships. It's a clear declaration of war from the king of the monsters, asterisk. Godzilla, deciding subtlety isn't his style, goes straight for the jugular. He grabs the transport ship, pulling Kong into the fray. Waking up from a heavy sedation to find a pissed-off Godzilla trying to smash your face in? Not exactly a great way to start your day. The massive crack of the ship's hull groaning under Godzilla's immense grip is deafening. Kong, now fully awake and royally annoyed, breaks free of his chains, letting out a ferocious roar that reverberates across the ocean. The fight spills across the vast expanse of the open water, a brutal exchange of blows. The visceral smack of Kong's fists against Godzilla's scaly hide is felt more than heard, a concussive force that sends ripples through the water. Godzilla counters with powerful tail swings that whip through the air, creating a sonic boom and the terrifying threat of his atomic breath. Kong uses his environment, leaping from ship to ship, trying to gain an advantage, but Godzilla is in his element, the deep ocean, where he maneuvers with predatory grace. The thundering splash of their bodies hitting the water sends tidal waves crashing over the remaining vessels. This isn't just a squabble. It's two titans exchanging incredibly heavy, world-altering blows. You can almost feel the spray of the ocean and the humid air on your skin. It's a true heavyweight bout, each strike carrying the force of a small earthquake, reminding us why these guys are at the top of the food chain, or rather, at the top of the planet. Round 1 goes to Godzilla. After a relentless assault, Kong is battered, bruised, and submerged underwater, seemingly defeated. The silence that falls after the furious exchange of blows is almost deafening, broken only by the mournful creak of damaged ships. The humans on board, heartbroken, assume the worst. Dr. Andrews is devastated. Gia, clutching her small Kong doll, is inconsolable. It's a somber moment, a stark reminder of the brutal hierarchy in the Titan world. However, ever the strategist, Lind realizes that Kong is playing possum, faking his death to avoid further attacks from Godzilla. He orders the ship to cut power, making it appear dead in the water, a clever ruse to fool Godzilla's territorial instincts. The subtle vibration of the hidden engines, a gentle hum beneath the surface, is the only hint of continued life. The heavy, dripping silence is punctuated only by the occasional distant rumble from the unseen depths, a chilling sound that might be Godzilla's retreat, or simply the ocean's unforgiving depths settling after such a colossal disturbance. It's a moment of tactical genius mixed with sheer terror, proving that even titans can be a little dramatic when the stakes are this high. Who knew giant monsters were such good actors? With Godzilla hopefully fooled, the expedition continues. They found an entry point to the hollow Earth in Antarctica, a massive, swirling vortex in the ice that looks less like a gateway and more like the drain for the entire planet. Using their specially designed Hollow Earth aerial vehicles, or HEAVs, because apparently, even in monster movies, acronyms are cool, they plunge into the abyss. The crackle of the atmospheric pressure changing and the rushing wind that whips around the vehicles are intense. It's a breathtaking sequence, plunging through the Earth's crust, defying all known physics. You can almost feel the intense pressure change as they dive deeper, the air growing thick and humid, the scent of ancient earth and minerals filling the senses. This isn't just a journey, it's a sensory overload. The HEAVs are sleek, futuristic marvels, designed to withstand the insane G-forces and bizarre gravitational shifts within the planet. The soft hum of their anti-gravity systems is the only constant sound against the chaotic roiling of the earth around them. It's a testament to the film's world building, transforming a scientific theory into a tangible, awe-inspiring reality. The sheer scale of the journey underscores the enormity of the world within a world concept, a place far grander and more dangerous than anyone could have imagined. And for a moment, the hum of the engines and the rush of wind is all that exists, a prelude to the wonders and horrors awaiting them inside the hollow earth. It's a visual feast, a sensory explosion. Gravity shifts, mountains are inverted, and the sky is lit by what looks like a miniature sun hanging in the core. The entire landscape is alien and beautiful, teeming with bizarre, glowing flora and fauna that could only exist in a world with its own rules. The soft, ethereal glow of the plants and the gentle, whispering wind through impossible geological formations create an otherworldly atmosphere. It's an explorer's dream and the xenobiologist's nightmare all rolled into one. The Hefts glide through massive caverns and across vast, inverted plains, giving us a true sense of the scale of this hidden world. You can practically taste the earthy, mineral-rich air. This is where Titans truly belong, a primordial Eden untouched by human interference. We see massive waterfalls flowing upwards, defying logic, and bizarre rock formations that twist and turn in impossible ways, a testament to the unique gravitational forces at play. It's a world that truly emphasizes the world-building aspect of this film, showcasing a visually stunning and scientifically intriguing landscape. Kong, of course, looks right at home, a true king returning to his ancestral domain, his deep rumble of recognition a powerful sound within this ancient realm. It's a world that hums with raw energy, a subtle vibration underfoot, promising power and untold secrets. Kong leads the team to a massive, ancient temple, clearly built by his ancestors. It's a breathtaking sight, a testament to an ancient, advanced civilization of Kong's kind, decorated with intricate carvings depicting battles and rituals. The air here is thick with the scent of damp stone and history, a poignant contrast to the high-tech HEAVs. The soft, echoing drip of water from the cavern ceiling is the only sound as Kong approaches his ancestral throne, a majestic seat carved for a king. He finds an indentation, a perfect fit for his colossal hand, and as he presses it, the temple hums to life, revealing ancient secrets. It's a deeply emotional moment for Kong, a connection to a lineage he never knew. The low, resonant vibration that emanates from the stone as he touches it is almost spiritual. It's a poignant piece of world building, giving context and history to Kong's species and their role as guardians of this hidden world. This isn't just a monster. It's a monarch with a heritage, adding a surprising layer of depth to our big ape. The carvings depict not just his ancestors, but also the ancient war between Kong's species and Godzilla's, offering a glimpse into the deep-seated rivalry. The ancient scrape of stone on stone as parts of the temple shift reveals hidden passages and chambers, a trove of forgotten knowledge. It's truly a place of wonder and a critical piece of the Titan lore. Deep within the temple, they discover the ultimate energy source, a massive, glowing crystal pulsating with raw, primal power. This is what Apex has been looking for, a power beyond anything on the surface. But more importantly, Kong finds his weapon. With a mighty tug and a resonant grunt, he unearths a colossal battle axe, forged from a Godzilla dorsal plate. This isn't just any axe. It's ancient, powerful, and specifically designed to absorb and channel the hollow earth energy. The moment Kong pulls it from the ground, revealing its massive, glowing edge, is truly epic. The air around it crackles with raw power, a subtle humming sound that grows louder as the energy flows into it. It's a brilliant piece of world building, not just giving Kong a cool weapon, but also cementing the ancient rivalry between their species. This weapon isn't just for chopping. It's a symbol of his lineage and a formidable counter to Godzilla's atomic breath. The sheer metallic clang of the axe as it's freed from its resting place resonates through the chamber, promising impending destruction. The raw, pulsating energy within the crystal creates a deep, resonant hum, almost a musical note, that beckons to the axe. It's a beautifully choreographed discovery, combining ancient lore with cutting-edge fantasy. Humanity, for all its tech, is just a bystander to this grand, primordial inheritance. Up on the surface, Godzilla feels it. That surge of raw, untamed hollow earth energy. And he is not happy. From Hong Kong, he unleashes an absolutely colossal atomic breath blast, not at another Titan, but straight down into the Earth's core. It's a breathtaking display of power, a blinding blue beam that cuts through kilometers of rock as if it were tissue paper. The deafening roar that accompanies this blast is enough to shake the foundations of Hong Kong itself. This isn't just an attack, it's a geological event. The ground around the beam's impact site cracks and splits, sending shockwaves through the city. Godzilla senses a threat, a massive power surge that could upset the delicate balance of the planet, and he's responding in the most Godzilla way possible, with overwhelming, world-shattering force. This act of monumental destruction is a direct link between the surface and the hollow earth, creating a portal for Kong's return. It's a testament to the sheer scale of the Titan's power. They don't just fight, they reshape the planet. The air around Godzilla, already heavy with ozone, now feels supercharged, crackling with residual energy. You can almost feel the ground vibrate under your feet from the sheer force of the blast. What a flex from the Big G, proving he's not just a city stomper, but a world bender, while Kong is getting his ancestral power-up back on the surface. Apex CEO Walter Simmons and Ren Serizawa are putting their own Titan to the test, Mechagodzilla. And let me tell you, this thing is a beast. We see its massive, metallic fist punch through a simulated target with terrifying force, the heavy thud of impact vibrating through the entire test chamber. The metallic groan and whir of its hydraulics are chillingly efficient. They're using Ghidorah's skull, yes, the three-headed dragon from the previous movie, as a neural link, essentially plugging a dead monster's brain into a robot body. What could possibly go wrong there? This is the kind of mad science that makes you question humanity's collective intelligence. The raw power on display is incredible, far surpassing Godzilla's own physical strength. The heavy clang of metal on metal as Mechagodzilla performs its test maneuvers echoes through the vast, sterile facility. It's a gleaming, terrifying marvel of engineering, a stark contrast to the organic, ancient power of the Titans. The air in the facility smells faintly of ozone and heated metal, a sterile, manufactured dread. This isn't just a robot. It's a harbinger of unprecedented destruction, a technological Goliath designed to conquer nature itself. The subtle hum of its internal reactor hints at the unstable power it contains. It's clear that Apex has created something truly formidable, a mechanical titan capable of going toe-to-toe with the king of the monsters. They're basically building a real-life video game boss. Back in the hollow earth, Kong needs to get topside, and fast. But first, a quick pit stop at the energy well. With a deliberate, powerful movement, he plunges his newly acquired battle axe directly into the pulsating energy source. The axe immediately glows with an intense blue light, humming with absorbed power, a deep, resonant vibration emanating from the handle. It's like plugging your phone into the ultimate supercharger, but instead of a phone, it's a giant axe that can chop up other giant monsters. The crackle of the energy transfer is almost audible, a sound of raw power being harnessed. This is Kong fully embracing his lineage and his role as a protector, preparing for the inevitable clash with Godzilla. This ancestral weapon is now fully charged, a literal beacon of power against the primordial forces of the surface world. The entire chamber lights up with the intense blue glow, bathing everyone in its ethereal light. It's a moment of pure spectacle, combining ancient mysticism with explosive, sci-fi energy. The heavy, metallic shing of the axe as it's fully charged and removed from the source is a signal. Kong is ready. He's packing heat, and he's coming for whoever dared to upset the balance. Whether it's Godzilla or something else. Now fully powered up, Kong is ready for his grand return. The humans use the heaves to lift him through the giant tunnel Godzilla just blasted, straight up into the heart of Hong Kong. It's quite the entrance, making a grand ascent through a column of pure energy. The rushing wind and the deep, echoing rumble of his ascension fill the newly formed chasm. As he bursts through the surface, framed against the neon-drenched skyline of Hong Kong, it's clear he's ready for anything. The bright, pulsating lights of the city are a stark contrast to the ancient, organic world he just left. He lets out a guttural roar, a challenge issued to anyone within earshot, particularly a certain amphibious behemoth. The entire city shakes with the force of his emergence, skyscrapers trembling like jelly. It's an almost biblical re-entry, a literal climb from the underworld to confront the surface world's greatest threat. The concrete and glass of the city shimmer under his immense shadow, a city suddenly feeling very, very small. The air, heavy with the humid scent of the city, now crackles with latent power. Godzilla is already there, waiting, sensing Kong's presence, ready for round two. This is it. The stage is set for a true clash of kings in a city that's about to become a very expensive wrestling arena. And just like that, it's on. Godzilla and Kong stand across from each other, framed by the dazzling, neon-drenched Hong Kong skyline. The air literally thickens with anticipation, a silent tension before the storm. Then, with a mighty roar from Kong and a guttural growl from Godzilla, they charge. The ground trembles as these two titans collide, their blows carrying the force of a wrecking ball hitting a skyscraper. The sheer impact of their fists and claws against each other creates concussive shocks that ripple through the city. Godzilla, not wanting to waste time, unleashes his atomic breath, causing blinding blue energy to carve through buildings. Kong uses his axe, deflecting the breath with a metallic clang that rings out like a bell of war, proving this isn't just a slugfest, but a strategic battle. The city becomes their playground, or more accurately, their demolition derby. Skyscrapers become launch pads, obstacles, and unfortunately, collateral damage. You can almost feel the humid air whip around you from their movements, the metallic scent of pulverized steel mixing with the acrid smell of ozone. Every punch, every tail whip, every atomic breath blast is delivered with bone-shattering force, a symphony of destruction that's both terrifying and exhilarating. It's a beautifully choreographed brawl, emphasizing the raw, unbridled power of these ancient beings. This isn't just a fight, it's a spectacle of primordial rage, highlighting the incredible world building of this monster universe where giants walk among us. Or rather, smash through our carefully constructed cities. The battle escalates. Kong, surprisingly nimble for his size, uses the towering skyscrapers of Hong Kong to his advantage, leaping and swinging across buildings. The sound of crumbling concrete and shattering glass is constant as he navigates the urban jungle. He's trying to get above Godzilla, to find an opening, while Godzilla just blasts through everything in his path with his atomic breath. The blinding blue beam cuts through buildings like butter, leaving searing trails of destruction and a faint, acrid smell of burnt material. The sheer, deafening crackle of the atomic breath as it incinerates parts of the city is awe-inspiring. It's a desperate game of cat and mouse, only the cat is a giant radioactive lizard and the mouse is a colossal ape with an enchanted axe. Kong's movements are fluid, almost graceful as he leaps, sending a heavy, thundering impact with each landing. He's trying to stay out of the atomic crosshairs, his instincts telling him to avoid the deadly blue glow. The heavy thump of his landings sends shockwaves through the structure of the city, a tactile sensation that hints at the immense force involved. This dynamic chase through the vertical landscape of Hong Kong is a masterclass in monster action, blending the agility of a primate with the brute force of a prehistoric king. It's a testament to Kong's ingenuity and fighting spirit, even against an opponent as overwhelmingly powerful as Godzilla. Despite a valiant effort, Kong is eventually overpowered. Godzilla, with a massive roar of dominance, pins him to the ground, stomping on his chest with crushing force. The sickening crack of bones and the desperate gasps from Kong are heartbreaking. It's a brutal, one-sided beatdown, a stark reminder of Godzilla's raw, unyielding power. Kong's axe, his only real counter, is knocked away, useless. The sheer weight of Godzilla's foot causes the ground to groan and shatter, a deep, resonant grinding sound. The silence that follows is thick with defeat, broken only by Kong's strained, shallow breaths. He's barely conscious, his mighty heart struggling against the overwhelming pressure. Godzilla, having asserted his dominance, lets out a final, triumphant roar, a territorial claim over the fallen king. It looks like the end for our big ape. The atmosphere is heavy with the scent of ozone and pulverized concrete, a grim reminder of the cost of such a clash. It's a genuinely tense moment, leaving us wondering how on earth Kong will get out of this one. Turns out even giants have really, really bad days. The overwhelming sensory detail is the feeling of crushing defeat, the reverberation of Godzilla's victory roar echoing in the wounded silence. Just when you thought things couldn't get worse, they do. While Godzilla is busy establishing his dominance back at the Apex facility, Mechagodzilla decides it's had enough of human control. The Ghidorah consciousness within it takes over, and its eyes glow a menacing, angry red. The low hum of its internal systems suddenly shifts to an aggressive, threatening WHIA as it breaks free from its restraints with a deafening screech of metal. Ren Serizawa, who has been piloting it, is instantly incinerated by an unexpected surge of energy, a truly shocking, fiery death. Classic villain move, getting hoisted by your own petard. Mechagodzilla bursts out of the Apex facility, a gleaming, terrifying metallic nightmare, letting out a synthetic roar that echoes with Ghidorah's familiar snarl. The heavy thud of its metallic feet on the ground shakes the entire area, an artificial tremor that precedes immense destruction. This isn't just a robot. It's a vengeful spirit in a metal body, far more dangerous than anyone anticipated. The air around it crackles with raw, unstable energy, and the metallic tang of its manufactured aggression is palpable. It's the ultimate expression of humanity's hubris, a weapon designed to control titans now controlled by a titan's malevolent will. The metallic clang and grind of its movements are punctuated by the sickening crunch of buildings in its path. Turns out playing God has a pretty hefty price tag, and it usually involves a giant robot going rogue. Godzilla, sensing a new alpha threat, quickly shifts his attention from the defeated Kong to this shiny new menace. He charges at Mechagodzilla, a furious roar tearing from his throat, but the mechanical titan is built differently. It easily deflects Godzilla's initial charge, delivering a powerful blow that sends the king of the monsters flying. The metallic smack of Mechagodzilla's punch against Godzilla's scales is sickening, a sound of undeniable superiority. Godzilla, for the first time in a long time, is outmatched. Mechagodzilla's speed, strength, and array of laser weaponry are overwhelming. It's a brutal, one-sided beatdown, with Godzilla taking a serious pounding. The deafening crackle of Mechagodzilla's energy beams tearing through the city, and occasionally through Godzilla's tough hide, is a terrifying sound. The sheer power of Mechagodzilla's attacks sends shockwaves through the very ground, a tactile reminder of its devastating force. Godzilla's pained growls and the heavy thump of his body hitting the ground show his struggle. This is truly a world-building moment, showing that even the king of the monsters has limits and that humanity's creations, however ill-advised, can reach unprecedented levels of destruction. The constant whirring and grinding of Mechagodzilla's movements are like a terrifying, mechanical symphony of doom. The fight sequence is a blur of motion and explosions, leaving the viewer breathless as Godzilla takes hit after hit. A true test of his reign. With Godzilla getting absolutely clobbered, humanity's fate hangs by a thread. Bernie, Madison, and Josh, who've accidentally stumbled into the Apex control room, realize their only hope is to revive Kong. They discovered that the hollow earth energy source can also be used to jumpstart a titan's heart, a bit like a giant defibrillator. The urgent thump of buttons and the WHRR of failing systems fill the tense air as they desperately try to restart AHEAV. It's a frantic, race against time moment. A nail-biting attempt to send an energy pulse down to Kong. The metallic grind of gears and the high-pitched screech of strained machinery emphasize the difficulty of their task. The fate of two titans, and arguably the world, rests on these three unlikely heroes. The raw, pungent smell of burning electronics and ozone hangs in the air. A sensory detail that screams imminent catastrophe. It's a moment of desperate ingenuity, showing that even small humans can play a big role in a world of giants. The flickering lights and the frantic beeps of the consoles add to the urgency, making the entire sequence feel incredibly fraught with peril. Their determination is palpable, a desperate hope against overwhelming odds, a frantic scramble to get their get-out-of-jail-free card. Against all odds, they succeed. A massive surge of energy, a brilliant blue pulse, shoots down from the apex facility, striking Kong, the overwhelming, crackling zap of the energy jolt, coupled with a deep, guttural gasp from Kong, brings him back from the brink of death. It's a truly cinematic revival, a moment of pure adrenaline and relief. He slowly jolts awake, letting out a pained but determined roar, his body shaking off the effects of Godzilla's earlier beatdown. Gia, seeing her friend rise, is filled with renewed hope. The heavy thump of his chest as his heart restarts is a sound of pure triumph, a reverberating drumbeat of life. Kong picks up his axe, now fully charged and pulsating with power, ready to re-enter the fight. The raw, animalistic growl that rumbles in his chest is not just of pain, but of renewed fury. It's a moment that perfectly showcases the resilience of the Titans and the power of their bond with humanity. Specifically Gia, the ground beneath him, still scarred from his earlier defeat, now trembles with his reawakened power. The air, heavy with the humid stench of battle, now feels charged with his renewed strength. Our big ape is back, and he's not just angry. He's got a score to settle. Kong is back in the game, and this time, he's got a clearer target, Mechagodzilla. There's a brief, tense standoff between Godzilla and Kong, a silent communication between two alpha predators. Then, in a brilliant moment of monster diplomacy, Godzilla lets out a low growl of agreement, and Kong nods in understanding. They realize Mechagodzilla is the true enemy, a mechanical abomination that threatens them both. It's the ultimate buddy cop movie, but with Kaiju. With a simultaneous, earth-shattering roar from both titans, they charge. The ground trembles under the combined weight of their assault. Kong, wielding his glowing axe, slams into Mechagodzilla with a mighty thud, while Godzilla unleashes a barrage of atomic breath. The combined force of their attacks is devastating, a symphony of destruction unlike anything seen before. The metallic clang of Kong's axe hitting Mechagodzilla's chassis and the fiery crackle of Godzilla's atomic breath combine into a cacophony of utter chaos. The air is thick with the smell of ozone, pulverized concrete, and heated metal. This is the ultimate world-building payoff, showcasing the complex relationships and surprising alliances that can form in this universe. It's a truly epic team-up, a spectacle of coordinated chaos, proving that sometimes, even kings have to set aside their differences to take down a bigger bully. The city lights shimmer and explode under the overwhelming power, creating a mesmerizing, terrifying dance of light and shadow. Even with both titans wailing on it, Mechagodzilla is still a formidable opponent, built to withstand incredible punishment. But then, Gia, with her unique bond to Kong, realizes something crucial. She helps him understand that Mechagodzilla needs a direct hit to its head, where the Ghidorah consciousness is housed. It's a classic video game boss weakness. Godzilla, in a surprising act of collaboration, fires his atomic breath directly into Kong's axe, supercharging it with an insane amount of energy. The blinding blue glow of the axe and the accompanying thunderclap of energy transfer are incredible. With this ultimate power-up, Kong leaps, axe held high, and with a mighty scream of effort, slams it into Mechagodzilla's head. The final, deafening crack and sparks of the impact are immense, ripping through the metal and finally silencing the monstrous machine. The metallic groan of Mechagodzilla's systems failing and the subsequent explosion are intensely satisfying. The air, already thick with the smell of destruction, now carries the acrid tang of exploded electronics and burnt metal. It's a moment of triumphant synergy, showcasing the unique strengths of both titans and the crucial role humans played in their victory. This world building culminates in a truly spectacular defeat for the ultimate technological terror, reminding us that nature, even in its most monstrous forms, often finds a way to overcome artificial threats. The resounding silence that follows Mechagodzilla's destruction is profound, a sudden quiet after overwhelming noise. With Mechagodzilla finally defeated, a stunned silence falls over the ravaged city. Godzilla and Kong, bruised but victorious, stand amidst the rubble. There's a brief, tense moment where it seems they might go at it again, but this time, something shifts. Godzilla lets out a low, acknowledging growl, a sound of respect rather than aggression. Kong, responding with a similar, softer rumble, returns the gesture. It's a truce, a silent agreement between two kings who fought, then fought together, and now understand each other. They've recognized each other's strength and earned each other's respect. Godzilla turns and disappears back into the ocean, leaving Kong as the triumphant protector of Hong Kong, at least for now. The heavy splash of Godzilla's tail disappearing into the dark waters is a final punctuation mark. The air, still heavy with the metallic tang of battle, now feels tinged with a strange sense of peace. This moment of mutual respect is crucial to the film's world building, establishing a hierarchy and a tentative peace among the Titans, at least until the next major threat. It's a poignant ending to their epic rivalry, suggesting that even the fiercest adversaries can find common ground in the face of a greater evil. The lingering hum of destroyed machinery is a subtle reminder of the chaos, but it's now a hum of peace, not impending doom. In the aftermath, Kong finally takes his rightful place as the king of the Hollow Earth, with Jia by his side. He's seen standing majestically on a cliff overlooking the vast, inverted landscape, his true ancestral home. It's a beautiful, serene image, a powerful visual of a creature finding his purpose and his peace. The gentle whisper of the winds through the unique Hollow Earth flora, and the distant, echoing calls of other creatures create a tranquil soundscape. This entire journey, from Skull Island prisoner to Hollow Earth monarch, is a testament to growth and destiny. It truly highlights the incredible potential and wonders of this world within a world, a vibrant ecosystem thriving beneath our feet. The idea that these colossal beings find their ultimate sanctuary in such a fantastical, hidden realm is inspiring. This movie reminds us that even in worlds of giants and destruction, there's always a place for quiet majesty and profound connections. It's a hopeful ending, leaving us to ponder the countless mysteries still lurking in the deep, and the delicate balance that exists between nature's raw power and humanity's enduring spirit. Today we're diving deep into the colossal clash of Godzilla vs. Kong, where two of cinema's most iconic monsters throw down in an epic showdown that redefines the meaning of bad day at the office. We kick things off with our main man, Kong, waking up in what looks like a really high-budget zoo enclosure on Skull Island. He's got his own personal Truman Show bubble, complete with simulated weather and a very dedicated research team from Monarch watching over him. It's clear he's got a family vibe going on with Dr. Eileen Andrews and her adopted daughter, Jia, who shares a unique, silent bond with the big guy. But as tranquil as Kong's morning routine is, things are about to get very loud. Suddenly, Godzilla, the OG Kaiju, decides he's had enough of whatever Apex Cybernetics is cooking up and launches a full-scale assault on their Pensacola facility. Skyscrapers are crumbling like Jenga towers, and the whole world is left scratching its head. Why is Earth's designated protector suddenly acting like a city-destroying villain? If you had a good time with this, a like and a subscribe is a free way to help me keep making more. Meanwhile, far from the shattered remains of Pensacola, we meet Madison Russell, who's still carrying the emotional baggage from her previous monster encounters. She's listening to this eccentric, wonderfully paranoid podcast hosted by Bernie Hayes, an ex-Apex employee convinced that his former company is up to no good. Bernie's theory? Godzilla isn't just randomly nuking cities. He's targeting Apex facilities, which, let's be honest, sounds exactly like something a giant, irradiated lizard with a grudge would do. Madison, ever the intrepid teenager, decides that staying safe at home for quitters and ropes her pal Josh into a perilous journey to uncover Apex's shady dealings. It's like a high-stakes Scooby-Doo episode, but with potentially world-ending consequences and far fewer talking dogs. Their investigation takes them deep into the heart of Apex's Hong Kong headquarters, a sleek, ominous structure bristling with advanced tech and secrets. The air practically hums with his sinister energy, hinting at the truly gargantuan, metal-clad monstrosity waiting in the wings. This whole side quest really hammers home the idea that humanity, and its infinite wisdom, loves creating problems even bigger than the ones it's trying to solve. You know, just for fun. Back with Monarch, the Godzilla situation is escalating, and the big guy's temper tantrums are costing billions. Enter Walter Simmons, the smooth-talking CEO of Apex Cybernetics, and his suspiciously calm chief tech officer, Ren Serizawa, yes, the son of that Serizawa. They roll up to Monarch with a proposition that sounds equal parts genius and completely bonkers: transport Kong to the entrance of Hollow Earth in Antarctica. Their rationale is that Kong, being a titan and a creature of that ancient world, can lead them to a power source rumored to exist deep within the Earth's core. An energy that might just be the key to stopping Godzilla, or at least understanding him. They need Dr. Nathan Lind, a discredited Hollow Earth theorist, to lead the expedition. Lind, initially skeptical and burdened by past failures, eventually agrees, especially after seeing Jia's profound connection with Kong. It's a classic reluctant hero trope. But instead of saving a princess, he's basically leading a giant ape on a treasure hunt to save humanity. What could possibly go wrong? Only, like everything. So, the incredibly delicate and borderline insane plan to transport Kong begins. Imagine trying to move a living, breathing skyscraper across the ocean. Monarch uses a highly specialized naval convoy, complete with anti-Titan weaponry and a giant, reinforced barge acting as Kong's temporary prison. The sheer scale of this operation is mind-boggling, a testament to humanity's determination when faced with an existential threat. Or maybe just its hubris. They sedate Kong, chain him down, and embark on what they hope will be an uneventful voyage. But let's be real, in a movie called Godzilla vs. Kong, uneventful isn't exactly in the script. The moment Kong is moved from his Skull Island bubble into the open ocean, it's like ringing a dinner bell for Godzilla. He senses his rival, his ancient enemy, his primal instinct kicking in. The serene ocean transforms into a battleground as Godzilla's colossal form breaches the surface, dorsal fins glowing with an ominous blue light. The crew's faces go from cautiously optimistic to pure terror, because when Godzilla shows up, you know it's not for a friendly chat over tea. It's for ABEATDOWN. And then, the moment we've all been waiting for, the first round. Godzilla, ever the instigator, lunges at the convoy, utterly obliterating several ships with casual ease. The human crews, despite their advanced weaponry, are basically gnats swarming around to enraged giants. Lind and his team make the desperate call to unkind Kong, betting that the devil you know is better than the one who's actively trying to sink you. Kong, fueled by a potent mix of sedation-induced grogginess and pure instinct, rises to the challenge. The battle erupts across the ocean, with aircraft carriers becoming makeshift wrestling rings. The crack of Kong's fists meeting Godzilla's scales reverberates across the waves, the roar of the Titans drowning out the explosions of missiles and crumbling metal. Kong, despite being an underdog in the water, displays surprising agility, using the ships as leverage, swinging and dodging with a primal ferocity. He even manages to land some truly satisfying body blows, showcasing his raw strength. Godzilla, however, is in his element, a force of nature in the deep, using his weight and atomic breath to devastating effect. The whoosh of his tail whip sends ships flying, and the sear of his atomic blast carves through the water. Narrowly missing Kong, it's a relentless, no-holds-barred brawl, a symphony of destruction that leaves the naval fleet in tatters. The sheer power on display is breathtaking, a reminder that these aren't just big animals, they're living forces of catastrophic potential. And humanity is just trying to survive being caught in their crossfire. It's also probably the worst day ever for anyone in maritime insurance, despite Kong's valiant efforts and some truly impressive monster-on-monster fisticuffs. Godzilla, as predicted, holds the home field advantage in the water. He manages to corner Kong, battering him with powerful strikes and ultimately using his immense bulk to subdue the ape. Kong takes a brutal beating, his roars of defiance turning into groans of pain as he's dragged beneath the waves. The splash and subsequent silence are chilling. With Kong seemingly defeated and unconscious, the human crew, thinking fast, decides on a desperate gambit. they shut down all power, making it seem like Kong has perished, effectively playing dead to trick Godzilla. It's a calculated risk, but it works. Godzilla, seemingly satisfied that his rival has been dealt with, turns and swims away into the deep, leaving behind a devastated fleet and a critically injured Kong. The feeling of relief on the human faces is palpable, quickly followed by the grim realization that their hero is barely clinging to life. It's a temporary reprieve, a strategic retreat, and a reminder that even when you win a battle, the war is far from over. The logistics of reviving and transporting a giant, unconscious ape are probably not covered in any standard medical textbook, let alone naval protocols, having narrowly escaped a watery grave. The team scrambles to get Kong to the true entrance of Hollow Earth, nestled deep within the frozen wastes of Antarctica. It's a race against time, not just to save Kong, but to beat Godzilla to whatever primal energy source he's so keen on protecting. Apex has these sleek, futuristic vessels called HEAVs, Hollow Earth aerial vehicles, which look like something out of a sci-fi dream, capable of navigating the extreme environments within the Earth, with Kong now securely loaded and still very much playing dead for Godzilla's benefit. They embark on the next phase of their perilous mission. They fly directly into a swirling, gravitational vortex, a dizzying tunnel of light and raw energy that rips through the ice. The whoosh of the vortex is deafening, the pressure intense, as their vehicles are pulled deeper and deeper into the unknown. It's a truly spectacular visual, a testament to the ancient, unfathomable power contained within our own planet. This is world building at its finest, showing us that there's an entire ecosystem, a vibrant, dangerous realm, hidden beneath our feet, completely alien yet somehow familiar. It's like discovering Narnia, but instead of talking lions, it's giant gravity-defying monsters. As they emerge from the vortex, the team is greeted by a sight straight out of a psychedelic fever dream, Hollow Earth itself. It's a breathtaking, impossible landscape, a vast, lush world of floating islands, colossal mountains that defy gravity, and vibrant, otherworldly flora that glows with an ethereal light. The most striking feature, however, is the complete inversion of gravity. Their heads flip 180 degrees, now flying upside down relative to the surface world, navigating through a sky filled with massive rock formations. The visuals are stunning, a feast for the eyes, showcasing a completely unique ecosystem that has been hidden for millennia. It's an entire planet within a planet, operating by its own set of rules, teeming with unknown life. The hum of the HEV engines is one of the few familiar sounds in this alien environment, where colossal waterfalls flow upwards into the sky. This incredible discovery confirms Lin's theories and showcases the sheer scale of the Titan's ancient world. It's like finding a secret level in a video game, except this secret level could get you eaten by something you've never even imagined, and probably has really bad self-service.com, now fully recovered and in his element, takes the lead. He navigates the bewildering landscape with an instinctual certainty, eventually bringing the team to a truly awe-inspiring sight, a colossal, ancient temple carved directly into the rock, pulsating with a strange, primeval energy. This is his ancestral home, a place of power and history for his species. Inside, the architecture is grand, impossibly old, covered in hieroglyphs depicting the ancient conflict between Kong's ancestors and Godzilla's kind. It's here, in a massive throne room, that Kong makes a pivotal discovery. He finds a colossal, double-bladed battle axe, seemingly crafted by his ancestors from one of Godzilla's own dorsal plates. The thud as he lifts it, the way it perfectly fits his grip, is pure cinematic gold. This isn't just a weapon, it's a symbol of his lineage, a tool of war imbued with the power of his ancient enemy. The axe immediately feels potent, hinting at a forgotten technology or a deep connection to the Hollow Earth's energy. It's a game changer, leveling the playing field between the two titans and adding a layer of mythical lore to their rivalry. This whole sequence is a masterclass in visual storytelling for world building, revealing the rich, violent history of the Titans, while Kong is having his King Arthur pulling Excalibur moment. Madison, Bernie, and Josh are on their own adventure, Deep inside the Apex Cybernetics facility in Hong Kong, Bernie, bless his paranoid heart, proves to be an invaluable guide thanks to his encyclopedic knowledge of Apex's internal workings and his collection of evidence that probably qualifies as a safety hazard. They creep through ventilation shafts, clanging and scraping as they go, avoiding security patrols and navigating a labyrinth of high-tech labs. Bernie's theories, which once seemed outlandish, start to gain disturbing credibility with every secret door they unlock. The air in these hidden corridors feels heavy, charged with a sense of dread, hinting at the true scale of Apex's ambition. This infiltration sequence is a delightful blend of suspense and light-hearted humor, largely thanks to Bernie's frantic energy and Josh's deadpan commentary. They're basically playing stealth mission in a real-life Bond villain lair, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Every beep of an alarm or distant voice sends their hearts racing, inching them closer to a truth far more terrifying than any of Bernie's wildest podcasts could have predicted. It's like an escape room, but if failing meant the end of the world, their stealth mission culminates in a truly terrifying discovery. Deep within Apex's most secure facility, Madison, Bernie, and Josh stumble upon a cavernous hangar housing the ultimate weapon, Mechagodzilla. It's a monstrous, metallic replica of Godzilla, bristling with weaponry, its scale and menace dwarfing anything they've ever seen. The hum of its dormant systems is unsettling, hinting at the immense power contained within. But the horror doesn't stop there. They learn that this technological terror isn't just a robot. It's being remotely piloted through a neural link, and the ultimate processing power comes from the skull of Ghidorah, Godzilla's arch-nemesis. The clack of the Ghidorah skull being connected sends shivers down your spine. Ren Serizawa is the one trying to control it, using his father's research for a truly nefarious purpose. The implications are staggering. Apex didn't want to save humanity. They wanted to control the Titans, or rather, replace them. Godzilla wasn't attacking without reason. He was sensing this colossal, synthetic threat, a digital ghost of his greatest foe. It paints a completely different picture of Godzilla's recent rampages, turning him from a destructive force into a vigilant guardian, inadvertently trying to warn humanity about its own impending doom. It's like finding out your neighbor's fancy new car is actually a sentient weapon of mass destruction, powered by the spirit of a vengeful dragon. Back in Hollow Earth, as Kong revels in his ancestral throne room and the newly acquired axe, Godzilla makes his presence felt in the most spectacular way possible. Sensing the massive energy spike from the Hollow Earth power source and, likely, the malevolent awakening of Mechagodzilla on the surface, Godzilla unleashes a colossal, focused blast of his atomic breath directly through the Earth's crust. The roar of his beam reverberates even deep within the planet. This isn't just a random attack. It's an instinctual response, a primal warning. The crackle of energy as his beam punctures through layers of rock and soil is immense, creating a direct conduit to the energy source in Kong's temple. In a moment of pure, cinematic serendipity, the atomic breath supercharges Kong's axe, causing it to glow with an intense, blue energy. The axe, already powerful, is now an even more formidable weapon, humming with the same energy that fuels Godzilla himself. It's an incredible display of the cosmic connection between these titans and their shared world, even if Godzilla's intention was just to blast a hole in the ground. This accidental power-up is a critical moment, hinting at the idea that perhaps, deep down, these ancient rivals are more connected than they realize, and their destinies are intertwined. Talk about a glow-up for your ancient weapon. Just when you thought Hollow Earth was all about cool floating islands and giant axes, the local wildlife decides to make an appearance. Our intrepid explorers, along with Kong, are ambushed by a swarm of terrifying, bat-like creatures known as hellhawks or matey warbats. The creature design department really went wild down here. These things are fast, agile, and clearly not thrilled about visitors. The screeches of the hellhawks echo through the vast caverns, and the whip of their leathery wings creates a terrifying symphony. But Kong, now armed with his glowing, supercharged axe, is more than ready. He unleashes a brutal display of strength and newfound power, swinging his axe with incredible force, bisecting the flying beasts midair. The thwack of his axe connecting with their bodies is viscerally satisfying. He's not just fighting for himself. He's fiercely protecting Gia and the rest of the team, demonstrating his loyalty and growing bond with the humans. It's a high-octane battle sequence, showcasing the inherent dangers of this alien ecosystem and Kong's role as a protector. This also serves as a fantastic demonstration of the Axe's capabilities, solidifying its place as a formidable weapon in the Titan arsenal. It's like a really aggressive nature documentary, where the narrator keeps yelling, "Don't go in the water." The Apex team, led by Maya Simmons, Walter's daughter, finally reaches the heart of Kong's temple, where the immense hollow earth energy source resides. Driven by greed and the misguided belief that they can control such power, they activate a device to extract it. The whir of the energy siphon is a sinister sound, foreshadowing impending disaster. This direct tapping into the planetary energy grid has immediate and catastrophic consequences. It provides the final surge needed to fully awaken Mechagodzilla back in Hong Kong, the colossal robot, now receiving an uncontrollable power boost from the hollow earth energy, overloads Ren Serizawa's neural controls. The buzz and spark of Mechagodzilla's systems going haywire are terrifying. It breaks free from Apex's control, becoming a rogue force of destruction. Maya's arrogance and Apex's hubris have unleashed a monster far worse than anything they intended. This dramatic turning point solidifies Apex as the true villain, their technological might ironically paving the way for the world's greatest threat. It's a classic tale of playing God and getting spectacularly burned, or in this case, pulverized by a giant robot. With the hollow earth energy coursing through its metallic veins, Mechagodzilla becomes a truly unstoppable force. It erupts from beneath the Apex facility in Hong Kong, roaring with a terrifying, synthesized growl that makes Godzilla's sound almost cuddly. The crumble of concrete and steel as it breaks free is immense. This mechanical monstrosity, now powered by Ghidorah's malevolent consciousness, begins an immediate and indiscriminate rampage through the neon-lit cityscape. Its red eyes glow with murderous intent, and its sheer destructive power is horrifying. It effortlessly slices through skyscrapers, its energy beams tearing through buildings like they're made of paper, the zap of its weapons incinerating everything in its path. The vibrant, bustling city of Hong Kong quickly devolves into a war zone. This escalation finally draws Godzilla's full attention, confirming his earlier premonitions. He emerges from the ocean, roaring his challenge to this new, artificial threat. The stage is now set for an all-out, three-way monster mash. Godzilla wasn't just being a grumpy lizard, he was trying to prevent this exact scenario, and now humanity's folly has unleashed the ultimate Titan nightmare. It's like accidentally summoning a demon because you tried to use an old spellbook as a coaster dot. As Mechagodzilla unleashes its metallic fury upon Hong Kong, Godzilla arrives, ready to put an end to this mechanical usurper, but he still has a bone to pick with Kong. So in a move of pure desperation, the human team initiates a truly insane plan: transport Kong to Hong Kong via a specialized, super heavy lift helicopter sling. Imagine the fuel costs. Kong, still reeling from his hollow earth adventure and the near-fatal encounter with Godzilla, is essentially parachuted into a war zone. His rival, however, is nothing short of iconic. He swings through the glittering, neon-drenched skyscrapers, a primal force against a futuristic backdrop. The whir of the helicopters struggling to carry him, the whoosh as he leaps from building to building, are incredible. This entire sequence is a visual spectacle, showcasing Hong Kong's unique architecture as a playground for titans. Kong's fierce roar challenges Godzilla, a clear signal that he's not backing down. The stage is perfectly set for round two, a city-smashing spectacle under the vibrant, yet rapidly deteriorating, Hong Kong skyline. It's a grand entrance, proving that even a giant ape can have a flair for the dramatic, especially when the fate of the world hangs in the balance. And then, it's on. Round 2 in Hong Kong is an absolute masterclass in Kaiju combat, a symphony of destruction played out across the most vertical city on Earth. Godzilla and Kong go at each other with unbridled fury, each blow a seismic event, the crash of buildings crumbling under their weight, the shatter of glass as they tear through office blocks. It's all incredibly visceral. Kong, with his newly charged axe, proves to be a more formidable opponent this time. He uses the skyscrapers to his advantage, swinging, leaping, and delivering thunderous blows with surprising agility. The thwack of his axe against Godzilla's armored hide sends shockwaves through the city. Godzilla, however, is a relentless force, his atomic breath carving through buildings and narrowly missing Kong, forcing the ape into frantic dodges. The roar of both titans echoes through the urban canyons, a primal battle cry. The fight culminates in a truly spectacular sequence where Kong uses his wits, attempting to bash Godzilla with his axe. The vibrant neon lights of the city provide a stunning backdrop illuminating every punch, every stomp, every devastating impact. It's an epic clash of titans, proving that when these two get together, structural integrity becomes merely a suggestion. The sheer force of their collision would probably register on seismographs worldwide, and anyone within a 5-mile radius probably developed a permanent ringing in their ears. Also, good luck getting a table at that rooftop bar again, despite Kong's impressive display of strength and strategy in the urban jungle. Godzilla's sheer power and experience ultimately proved too much after a grueling, city-shattering battle that leaves much of Hong Kong in ruins. Godzilla manages to gain the upper hand. He unleashes a devastating assault, cornering Kong and delivering a series of brutal blows. The thud of Kong's body slamming against concrete and steel reverberates as he's flung around like a rag doll. With a final, crushing series of attacks, Godzilla downs Kong, leaving him critically injured and barely conscious amidst the wreckage. Godzilla then plants his massive foot on Kong's chest, letting out a triumphant roar that declares his undeniable victory. The silence that follows is heavy, signaling a devastating defeat for the ape titan. It's a brutal reminder of Godzilla's raw, unchallenged dominance. The humans watch in horror, their plan to use Kong as a distraction having backfired spectacularly, leaving them with two problems instead of one. The mood is grim, and it looks like Earth's two alpha titans can't coexist, even for a moment. This whole sequence just proves that if you're going to pick a fight, make sure you're not fighting a giant lizard who can shoot nuclear lasers from his mouth. Just as Godzilla stands victorious over a defeated Kong, basking in his alpha glory, the moment of triumph is shattered. Mechagodzilla makes its move. It unleashes a torrent of devastating energy beams, not at Kong, but directly at Godzilla's back. A brutal ambush that catches the king of the monsters completely off guard. The crackle of Mechagodzilla's weapons, the thump of its massive metal footfalls, are truly terrifying. The blast from its beams sends Godzilla reeling, a clear sign that this mechanical menace is on a whole different level. This dramatic intervention makes it terrifyingly clear that Mechagodzilla is the true enemy. A rogue force of unprecedented power, far more dangerous than anyone anticipated. It's a chilling realization. Godzilla wasn't just being territorial, he was trying to prevent this exact catastrophe. The tables have turned, and suddenly, the bad guy who was previously causing destruction is now fighting for survival against an even greater evil. This moment also drives home the world-building aspect by highlighting the profound threat of humanity's technological hubris when it tries to meddle with forces it doesn't understand. The sheer overwhelming power of Mechagodzilla against even Godzilla signals that this is an existential threat, not just a monster brawl. It's like bringing a knife to a nuclear war and then realizing the knife is actually a robotic dragon, with Mechagodzilla now systematically dismantling Godzilla and Kong lying near death. The situation is dire. Humanity's fate hangs in the balance. But there's a glimmer of hope. She rushes to Kong, her little heart breaking as she sees her friend dying. In a truly poignant moment, she signs to him, urging him to fight. The emotional weight of her plea, the deep bond between them, is palpable. Nathan Lind, witnessing this powerful connection and seeing the absolute devastation wrought by Mechagodzilla, makes a desperate, incredibly risky decision. He uses a HEAV to deliver a massive jolt of hollow earth energy directly into Kong's heart. The whoosh of the energy, the crackle of electricity, fills the air. Kong's eyes flutter open, and with a powerful GASSP, he roars back to life, rejuvenated and ready for round 3, but this time, he's got a new target. This moment of desperate revival is a pivotal turning point, transforming a two-way rivalry into a necessary alliance. It's a powerful narrative beat, emphasizing cooperation over conflict, and a thrilling display of the inherent, awe-inspiring power of the Hollow Earth. It's also probably the most expensive defibrillator used in history, and honestly, the insurance paperwork for that would be a nightmare. And then, the moment every Kaiju fan dreamed of, an unlikely, awe-inspiring team-up, with Kong revived and Godzilla battered but still fighting the two Alpha Titans after a silent, primal acknowledgement. Put aside their differences, they stand side by side, their combined roars echoing through the devastated cityscape, a united front against the mechanical nightmare. The subsequent battle is a pure spectacle of coordinated monster mayhem. Kong, wielding his supercharged axe, acts as the agile, close-quarters combatant, leaping and smashing with incredible speed. The crunch of his axe against Mechagodzilla's metallic shell is satisfying. Godzilla provides the heavy firepower, unleashing blasts of atomic breath that score direct hits, the sear of his energy beams tearing through Mechagodzilla's armor. It's a beautiful, brutal dance of destruction. They demonstrate surprising tactical awareness, working together to flank, distract, and overwhelm their more technologically advanced foe. This epic collaboration is a testament to the raw power of the natural world against artificial hubris, and it delivers on every single promise of the title. The fight choreography here is brilliant, showing their individual strengths complementing each other to create an unstoppable force. It's like the ultimate buddy cop movie, but with way more lasers and smashed buildings. The battle against Mechagodzilla reaches its explosive climax. Despite their combined efforts, Mechagodzilla is a formidable adversary, its energy shields and relentless attacks pushing Godzilla and Kong to their limits. But then, in a stroke of genius teamwork, Godzilla does something truly incredible. He blasts his atomic breath directly onto Kong's axe. The charge of energy is immense, supercharging the axe to an unimaginable level. Kong, seizing the moment, swings with all his might, the glowing axe becoming a conduit for Godzilla's raw power. The crushing blow connects, tearing through Mechagodzilla's defenses and ultimately, its head. The explosion as the mechanical menace finally gives out is deafening, sending sparks and debris flying across Hong Kong. It's a truly satisfying end to the mechanical usurper. A final, definitive victory orchestrated by the two titans. Humanity cheers, relieved that the biggest existential threat has been neutralized, all thanks to the very monsters they were trying to control. It's a powerful statement about the natural order of things, where even the most advanced technology can't truly dominate the primal forces of the planet. And honestly, it's just incredibly cool to watch a giant ape smash a giant robot with a glowing axe. Cinema peak achieved, with Mechagodzilla utterly destroyed, a palpable calm settles over the ravaged city. Godzilla and Kong stand amidst the smoking ruins, their battle-worn forms breathing heavily. This isn't the primal, hate-filled rivalry anymore. There's a silent, almost respectful acknowledgement between them, a shared understanding forged in battle against a common foe. Godzilla lets out a final, resonant roar, not of challenge, but of dominance asserted, a king's declaration. Kong, for his part, meets his gaze, no longer vying for the surface world's alpha spot. He has found his true place. Godzilla then turns, slowly submerging back into the ocean, his domain, leaving Kong to his. It's a truce, an uneasy peace, and a testament to their mutual respect as apex predators. The human characters, particularly Lind, Andrews, and Gia, watch this exchange with a profound sense of awe and relief. This resolution solidifies the idea that these titans have their own complex social structures and understanding, far beyond what humanity can fully grasp. It also firmly establishes Kong as the king of his own realm, the Hollow Earth, a rightful and hard-won title. It's a surprisingly thoughtful ending for a movie about giant monsters punching each other through skyscrapers. In the end, Kong finds his true home, not on a simulated Skull Island, but deep within the breathtaking, inverted world of Hollow Earth. He stands proudly on his ancestral throne, letting out a powerful roar that reverberates through the colossal caverns, a declaration of his kingship. This isn't just a physical place. It's where he belongs, where his legacy thrives. This movie, at its core, isn't just about the spectacle of two giants duking it out, but about understanding our place in a world far older and stranger than we imagine. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest threats aren't the monsters we fear, but the ones we create. And that true strength isn't just about being the biggest, but about finding your purpose and your home, wherever that may be. It prompts us to consider the hidden wonders that lie beneath the surface, both within our planet and within ourselves. We're left with a sense of wonder, a touch of fear, and a lot of respect for the colossal forces that share our world. What a journey it was, right? If you had a good time with this, a like and a subscribe is a free way to help me keep making more.